Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast Late Night Baltimore. On another rainy day here in Baltimore. It's not quite actually late night, but please jump into the podcast, watch, enjoy, stay with us. We're supposed to be doing a hook here. We are Late Night Baltimore. Yes, we are. Fight the power and late night. All right, what we're going to deal with today is three things. I'm going to try to get to three things. Probably won't, but I'm going to attempt three things. The first will be that yesterday, or no, on Sunday or Saturday, a person shot near the White House, not at the White House, but near the White House. A 21-year-old man named Nasir Best. He opened fire in the park nearby the White House and near a security gate. Well, now let's go about Nasir Best. He had a long history of mental illness. He thought he was Jesus. He had been hospitalized before. He had multiple run-ins with the Secret Service. And thankfully, no officers were hurt. A bystander was hurt. It's a heartbreaking story, not just because of the violence, but because this man was in a serious crisis situation and the system had no way for him to get help. It seems that the administration is predictably talked about. All they talk about now is another need for their ballroom for security purposes. If they could use that money and put it towards trying to get some security, trying to get some Medicare for all in the United States, healthcare for all, finally, and let people use their medical insurance for mental health issues. Of course, glad that the president is not injured in this way. We don't believe in violence here in this country. The president was completely safe at the time. But what if we did have Medicare for all? So people like Nasir could get real consistent mental health care. And what we need is more. We need more therapists. We need more facilities. We need more early intervention. And we need to not be dicking around with its cost, because we need everyone to have access to health care. And this has been on problem far too long in these United States. We're too great of a country to have this healthcare be an issue like this. We have an abundance in this country, and we have the best healthcare. And if everyone has access to the healthcare, we'll become the best, even better than it is, not worse. That's what these MAGA people tell you, that the healthcare will become worse. But that's not the United States. We make everything better. If you want to make America great, Mr. President, give us all healthcare. You could do it easily. You've got your death cult that will do anything you say, and then enough Democrats definitely will jump in if you're really going to propose universal health care for all. You're the first president who could actually do it. Obama did everything he can. He made something great that was going to get better in time, and so did President Johnson. They both did, but only you have the power to make it completely non-confusing, non-murky, a pure healthcare for all. Something that's a long time coming. All right, now we will now do our intro, because I love the intro, and you should be hooked by now. And if you're not, well, yeah, I still got to throw in my intro. So that's the opening topic. Healthcare for all. President's okay. The president MAGA can make it happen. If he wants to make his place in history, go ahead and call it the Trump National Health Care Program. He will be remembered so fondly by everybody. In fact, if he does it, well, all sins will be forgiven. So do that, sir. Okay, everybody, like and subscribe while we go. This is just me going into my intro. After the intro, we're going to another topic. Well, we're a small station, but we are independent media because we don't both sides it. We're telling you, this MAGA stuff is horrible, and you got to fight it any way you can. And the first way it's being horrible is it's beyond what anyone would ever think is, let me get to it. Hold on now. Unprofessional. All right. I hope you MAGA agree that I'm paying your cult leader a big compliment by saying that he has the power to do what nobody else did. He can make a national health care for everyone like no one's ever seen. I hope somebody can come up from his staff and say, sir, you can't do national health care. No one's ever been able to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to make it happen. And they said, sir, you just made the greatest national health care available for everybody. I said, I know, I told you. All right, let's move on to the topic. That was our hope, our false hope. As you can see in the bottom, 970 days to deal with this stuff. And let us go on to what is a very big problem in this nation and is happening now as MAGA leader prepares to check out. I mean, not literally, but he only has 97 days. He's done 33% of his term is done. And so he's a lot closer to the end of being president than he ever was at the beginning. And this has been going on for 10 years. What we're going to talk about now, we're going to talk about something very important. It's called, pardon me. All right. Accountability. Who really helped this country? Donald Trump's pardon record across both terms. He talks about making things safe. He talks about accountability. But when it comes to his friends, his donors, and the people who attacked Capitol Hill for him while he stood by and did nothing, which was his way of leading it. He watched television while it was happening. He could have stopped it. Everybody who saw it that day knows this is how it unfolded. He's responsible for everything that happened. If he would have gone live on national television and said, go home now, if he would have done that 3 hours before he did, he didn't even go live when he went. He recorded something. If he would have gone live and said, everything is go back, we have to have certification of the election, it would have all stopped, but he didn't. But that's just that. That's only one part of this. In his first term, he granted 237 acts of clemency, 143 pardons, and 94 commutations. A lot of that came at the last minute. A lot of them were criminals. And we don't both sides it here. It's not both sides. Nothing compares to this. We know, you guys know it. In his second term, On day one, he issued a blanket pardon for about 1,500 January 6 defendants, including people who had done violence on police officers. And on top of that, he's already added 176 more individual pardons. So overall, we're looking at 1,900 acts of clemency across 2 terms, way more than any modern president. All right. Now, what do you think of that? What's the defense of that, MAGA? Did they all do it? Did the January 6 people were tourists? Okay. Now you're going to say everybody does that. Biden did that. Let's talk about that. All right. Because that's what you're going to say. And we will talk about that now, slowly but surely, as I get my act in order. Where am I here? Unprofessional. And then if we have time, we're going to go over one other segment. Okay. Let's go over, let's both sides this. Like and subscribe if you would. Support the channel. Share it with somebody else. Keep watching so we get some of that engagement. We need it. All right, everyone. Biden had 80 pardons. Obama, 212 pardons in 2 terms. George W. Bush, 189 pardons. Trump, in the first third of his second term, is outpacing them all, especially with targeted loyalist heavy ones. And here's the kicker. These pardons have wiped out about $2 billion in restitution fines and money that the victims and taxpayers were owed. Now, President Biden got in a lot of trouble for some reason pardoning his son, his effing drug problem son. Okay. You know what would be happening to him if he had not gotten pardoned by his father? He would have been executed. You know it, and I know it. It gets worse. Let's go on. Let's go on and continue on with our merry, merry way. On our merry, merry way. Nobody's watching. Please, somebody watch. I'm going to comment to the people. Hey, everybody. Yo, what up? And now I will continue with my screed, my rant, as it were. Not a rant, just a thought. All right, let's think of the worst pardons that we could do the research on. The January 6th insurrection, and it was a successful insurrection. Don't let anyone tell you that it didn't work, because they wanted to delay the certification of the presidency, and they did. It was only for like 5 or 6 hours, but they managed to do it. So don't listen to any idea that it was failed or that it was not real. It didn't really happen. That's the worst one that sticks out. The January 6th insurrection. He promised those pardons, and he did it. He told his supporters he would free them on the first day. So he provoked an insurrection, didn't stop it when only he had the power, sat in the White House and watched television while it was going on, thereby allowing it to continue, hoping it would actually work completely. And then when he got in power, he kept one of the few promises that he ever kept. He pardoned everybody. So he pardoned violent rioters. He beat police officers with flagpoles and bear spray. He pardoned the Proud Boy leaders and Oath Keepers and the founder, Stuart Rhodes. It's not Law and Order. It's telling your followers that they can do whatever they want to do whatever they want. And now also, let's go back to other people he's pardoned. In the first term, he pardoned war criminals, soldiers convicted in military courts of murdering unnamed, unarmed civilians in Afghanistan and Iraq. People like Clint Lawrence and Matthew Goldstein. He even pardoned a Blackwater contractor who massacred Iraqi civilians in Nizar Square. The military itself says these pardons hurt discipline and justice, but he does it anyway. So what does that say about your MAGA cult leader, Trumpster? What does it say? If anybody wants to put in the comments any rebuke to anything I'm saying, yeah, I said rebuke. Look, I'm going to throw in some music. I mean, a sound effect, because I have them. All right. Now, let us return to the issue at hand. Let us return to what we're talking about, this very important topic. I hope everyone likes all the new cool graphics. And I hope everybody likes and subscribes. Why do people leave when I'm talking? Please don't leave when I'm talking. I need the engagement. All right, let's go to more of these kind of crimes that this man does. Mr. Ballroom himself. All right, think of the grifters, the white collar crooks, the fraudsters, billion-dollar scammers. He's pardoned people like Chang Peng Zhao, the Binance founder who wrapped up in massive money laundering. Trevor Milton, who ran $1 billion fraud, and Nicola, David Gentile, who just got out basically in time for his $1.6 billion fraud scheme that hurt thousands of investors. And then think of the part is loyalists, political loyalists. Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, you know these guys. Michael Flynn, Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, George Santos. This list goes on. This is all common knowledge, what everybody knows. He said he would drain the swamp. He created a swamp 10 times worse than there ever was a swamp. And no, it's not both sides. And now look, and that's we'll go on another day about all the obvious inside trading that he's been doing, but that's a topic for another day. Anyway, he's promised people going forward that they can pretty much do whatever they want for him, and he will pardon them and remove them from fearing justice. So he is about as far from helping the little guy or draining the swamp as anyone has ever got. He's cashing out in his time left. Look below, you see the banner says 970 days. And he is doing everything he can to cash out on those 970 days. He doesn't care about the party after he's gone. In fact, he pretty much hates everybody there who is around him. And they are so desperate that they sent the Secretary of Defense into a primary campaign. Also unprecedented. So you have to get involved. The only thing I know, people around here try to go up to Pennsylvania or down to Virginia or over to Ohio to help people volunteer for the Democratic candidates. to help get the vote out, because the only way to defeat MAGA is to vote and to go out there and vote. Don't sit around saying that it doesn't matter. That's what they want you to think. So that covers the main topics today. Now I'm going to try to cover another topic that I saw the other day on the internets, on the interwebs. No preparation for this. I just thought I would put it up here. Because it's sort of a little bit of a personal story, only because you see, Sam Seder, who works for Sam Seder. Wait, let me go back to the studio. Okay, Sam Seder, who's a host of Moral Majority. Actually did a debate with Jillian Michaels, who's a MAGA grifter, or runs a MAGA podcast where you're dedicated to be successful. I mean, you're not dedicated, you're guaranteed to be successful. YouTube will funnel viewers your way, or bots will funnel views your way and watch times your way if you are pro MAGA. If you're not pro MAGA, it's a lot harder. But anyway, I've been trying to do political debates, or gotten in political debates my entire life. And in going to school, often not related to political debates, but in any kind of presentation or even in any kind of class, I was never prepared, and I often faked my way. And this is how Jillian Michaels appeared, how I used to try to do things. I try not to be like this anymore, or I wasn't serious, didn't have facts, I was both prepared and unprepared. I tried to talk sideways to get myself to seem as if I had done at least that I had studied about the topic, or was prepared to take the topic seriously instead of just putting out a bunch of words. This is how sad it looked for Jillian Michaels, and we're going to find the best. We're going to go look at this. This is the shortest version of it, and just play a few clips of it, because don't be like Jillian Michaels and don't debate someone you're not prepared to debate, and don't just think you win the debate because you use Chat GPT, which even her own listeners were telling her it seemed like a debate against Sam Seder versus Chat GPT. All right. All right, let's see if we can get to that. We are going to actually try to share screen here. Hold on, everybody. This is getting to be a long podcast. All right. All right.
This November.
Do we have a Jillian? Do we have
I can find a Jillian
This
one.
is supposed to be 5 minutes.
I think the AI thing was the most amazing.
But here we go with some clips of it. Do we see it? Is it on?
Okay, we got to go back. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
All right, hold on.
she's saying they have 60% uranium enriched, highly enriched uranium. And it is the case that it doesn't take that long to.
All right, let's go back to the thing where she's in the. Every time I click it, they want to do a commercial.
Okay. How long is the time frame to get from?
Okay. Honestly, I got to go. This has been great. Very and I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
That's great. I'm just curious. The short answer is a matter of days to roughly 1 to 2 weeks.
No, I want
Okay.
to
Okay. We got to go back. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's saying they have 60% uranium enriched, highly enriched uranium. And it is the case that it doesn't take that long to get to 90% enriched uranium from 60. Particularly if you've gotten to 60, I suspect it's sort of like if you're age 70, your chances of living to age 80 are much higher than if you are 20, just statistically speaking. And I think if you have and because of all the things that go into that, you've gotten this far, and so you have the capacity, so you could enrich to a 90%. That's what you need for a weapon. And that may only take a week, couple of days.
Do you just pour that into a water bottle and then throw that at somebody?
Yeah, this is the moral majority is going over after the disasters. Let me get over here, make sure this is okay. Yeah, it's not the best clip. I mean, it's not the best doing, but what is happening with my clipping? This is what always happens. Let's figure out a way to make it faster here.
That's the point. You need to have an entire weapon delivery system. So it's not the same thing. And we've been hearing this over and over again. The Israelis have been saying Iran is days away from a nuclear weapon for literally 25 years. But so I was like, I
don't know why it's buffering so badly, everybody. It'll get better.
They're not 2 weeks away from a weapon. And I don't know how she had already told me the USAID only the cutting back only killed 8 people. That's all she could find. But what it did do is it funded the organization that did the gain of function in Wuhan and created COVID. And then she was telling me about how all the benefits from RFK, because I think she sort of conflated having SNAP requirements for what SNAP recipients could restrictions on what SNAP on what food outlets that sell to SNAP recipients what they had to supply, et cetera, as if there was going to be the FDA or USDA is going to go into 250,000 bodegas and say where are your fresh apples? I don't see them.
Okay, I'm lowering the quality. Maybe that'll make it less buffered. I don't know why I'm having such troubles.
So, I mean, these institutions have been cut dramatically. The idea that they're going to be able to enforce this is just absurd. So it can continue on.
I would just clue people into the way she has to retake a sentence here, because it's clearly the first time she's reading it and doesn't know any of the context she's spouting.
Rich
Thank you for having me on.
What in this grade? I'm just curious. The short answer is a matter of days to roughly 1 to 2
It's choppy, but it'll give me time to comment between.
weeks, Sam. That's the answer.
Days and weeks away from a nuclear weapon.
I'm
It's
gonna call
amazing
this
how many years.
Sam, that is the
For
answer.
decades,
You are
I've been hearing
wrong.
that.
Sam, they had 60% enriched uranium.
60%.
It takes literally the short answer is a matter of days to roughly 1 to 2 weeks. And I did speak to somebody from the CIA. No, okay. All right. How long is the time frame to get from 60% enriched uranium?
I don't know why it's so bad, everybody. Let's go ahead, zip ahead. Let's see. All right.
Of it.
Oh, yeah,
This was the part where she had said, she had emailed, maybe someday we'll release the emails.
I do not know. I don't know why it's happening, folks. My bad luck.
She emailed and said, like, what would Sam like to discuss? And as I had said on Twitter to her, like, I wanted to revisit the USAID and the Doge cuts because that was the last time we talked. And she wanted to do more current things like transing kids. But we ended up, I don't know if we ever settled on anything. I don't know. But the first, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe more of the interview was her production team having put together like a super cut of every mean thing we've said about her.
Oh man, this is great.
And at one point, she's mad. I stopped listening, and we got to get to the yup part. That's when Matt speaks, and I may have said yup at the end of the clip, and then I had not Elizabeth play it.
Okay, so this is right as she's about to cut to the nice compilation she made of our work.
Oh, it's amazing.
And we will.
Exchange on Piers Morgan from a year ago.
Promise you we will. That's why I'd like
Okay.
some of your time. Okay, SOT 3.
To that woman from The Biggest Loser, go F yourself. Take your maha and shove it up your ass. She now has a YouTube influencer channel.
Even bigger loser.
Everybody knows. That's a perfect show for me to go on.
Is this a meeting of
All right,
the
pause it for 1 second. Just pause it. Don't keep it up. But that last clip was literally from after
All right, I'm working on fixing the old buffers. The other channels don't get buffers like this. And why do we? I don't know. It's probably some MAGA out there messing with us. We're using somebody else's show. All right. Where were we not? Here we were with the great buffer in the sky.
She made her challenge when I was mocking. Let's keep it real, but this is like such a shortcut. Like I'm not even sure what the point is. Good.
Oh,
Just kidding. They're both gay. They're both gay.
Hey, Coyle. The snake oil salesman talking about politics.
Totally.
They're laughing. There's much laughing on the show.
She read that book 2 weeks
Do you
ago.
have pictures?
Here's someone who quit her show because of criticism of Israel was happening.
Talk to me about Islam. Tell me where we're getting it wrong.
Please come on my show and justify why Muslims aren't bad.
Wrote it 3 hours ago.
Nothing. Have we heard back anything?
Nothing yet.
Oh my God.
She's a fool.
Her role in media is to defend Israel. I think she's a TERF, right? So she doesn't like trans people and thinks it takes away from feminism. And then is also a Maha person.
They want to get rid of free lunches in schools.
Sorry, does Jillian deny that she's exclusive of trans people in her family?
I think she probably would deny that she's a radical feminist.
Okay, so that's the part that she's taking issue with. Okay,
According
fair
to the
enough.
logs, she found out what turf meant from Emma in that comment, according to what she told me in an email.
Well, that's not very nice to make somebody look up a word.
All right, let's keep going. Wait, you got to keep going because at one point she makes me account for what you said, Matt.
Okay.
Both here and in Africa, which I know I care about both. She cares about neither, but is pretending about to care about the kids in America.
Okay. Well, so first let me address the fact that I'm sorry I did not get back to you within
You got
3
great
hours.
producers.
Well, you gave us a lot to work with, Sam.
I think
Having said that, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you within 3 hours. A man of your stature, I apologize. But your followers spammed the email I put out. Saw number 2.
Not sure how to reach you, but if you're so inclined, have someone from your office email our podcast line, and then she puts her email there. If you guys, want to send her an email, now you know what her address is. So go wild with that shit.
And they did. Graphic number 1.
you know. Hold on for 1 second.
Yeah.
You know those guys are on.
Yeah, this is bad. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so bad. Keep trying to fix it.
A completely different podcast.
I totally get it, but it seems like they're your followers, though. They like you quite a bit, along with, like, I didn't even know Hassan Piker calls you Uncle Sam.
They do a show about beefs, but I
guess so.
Yeah.
So then we got, okay, so graphic number 1. So we did in fact get those emails, and it made it very difficult to find yours. LOLOLOL. I think they left off the last O.
Pause it for a second. I mean, can you like
All our viewers have left us. Please jump on if you can. Maybe they think this is too tedious but I think you get an idea. This lady was not prepared. Let's go ahead. Maybe it won't buffer so badly. Things happen badly on this channel. Technology, you see. We'll zip ahead though. Not sure exactly why, but we really have technological tools. Now we got nothing. Okay, here we go. More.
Khomeini was not elected. Mamdani was elected. It's like a slight difference.
Potato.
Potato. Khomeini, I
Is
think
anyone out there listening, caring?
probably offered stuff like,
We're here.
hey, water,
Fighting the
transportation, electricity. You'll be able to get those things. I guess free buses is sort of like Khomeini, but there's other people who've been
Now you're getting it.
But I asked
Classic
her, I
Khomeini
said,
policy.
I said to Jillian, I said, look, I will stipulate that we lied, that there was a person on the street. It's not hard to find somebody who's going to say that, who said he was like Khomeini. But you tell me, how is he like Khomeini? And she wouldn't engage in that part of the conversation. But we got to get to the point where she, like, it says, she plays a clip
Okay,
of you
1 second.
because, and then how far into the debate are we now?
I mean, we're about 15 minutes, so I let me look. Give me just a second to search the transcript.
And the amazing thing is, at this point, like, I'm completely like disassociating, and I'm not listening to anything, and I'm just like waiting for this whole thing. They had so many videos that they had cut. They were so excited about, or she was. I can only imagine what her editors, what her producers are like.
Nobody out there wants to watch the show. Come on, everybody, get on the show. Watch the show. We need at least one viewer. Come on, everybody. Nobody's watching. Why? Because of the buffers? I don't know why it's doing that. Let me end that then. And let's see if I can get something that is a faster, a short that shows it. That surely a short can't do us. All right, this is 1 minute and 43 seconds. Let's go to a short here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Here's a short. This won't buffer. Hold on, everybody.
Defensive weaponry involving another country.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Oh my, here we go again with the buffers.
Is that we don't really know how it's going to turn out. So far,
What do you mean we don't know how it's going to turn out?
Okay,
We
so
already know right now.
I don't agree with you.
That we have killed thousands of civilians. We have expended
with thousands of civilians. We've killed thousands of Iranian civilians on the street.
We've killed thousands of Iranians. Yes,
civilians or the IRGC.
Civilians. I don't think that's controversial at all.
Really? All right, team. Have we
Oh, look, this is working.
killed thousands of Iranian civilians? I know there was some skepticism over a school.
There's skepticism over that school?
Yes,
I don't
because
even think the U.S. government has denied it. They just said that it
they actually they've said that they think that it was probably an IRGC missile potentially hitting the school, and there's no defined answer because I tried to find it. How many?
My God. I mean, the level of delusion
Really?
to argue that somehow we're not engaged in a war and that
I
it could
do
work
think-
out okay.
Do you think it
I
could
mean,
work out okay?
Like
Sam?
you're to the right of you know,
Has the U.S. killed?
significant portion of the Republican Party. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Let's see. How many civilians have we killed? Okay. So how many do you think it is?
How many do I think it is?
Yeah.
I think we've killed probably thousands.
Okay, the Manab school strike is the first thing that comes up. The primary incident under U.S. military military investigation is the strike on an all-girls school near Manab, which killed at least 156 to 175. If you're going to say Trump is a president of war, I don't actually agree with you. I don't think so.
I'm talking about Iran.
Okay, let's talk about Iran.
We attacked Iran.
Okay, how long is the time frame? Okay, so that's exactly what we're talking about. That was in relation to USA. Did you read the article?
Did I read the article?
Mm-hmm. You said yup. So did you read it? Because it doesn't support
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The clip
honestly,
says
Matt
and.
was
Did you
talking there.
read-
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
said yup. Are you not? Okay.
I said yup just now.
In the clip when you read it.
But
This
I do
ties back
3 hours
to
a day. I don't know when that clip was.
I like how your shirt is less buttoned and your hair is getting more messed up as this thing goes
I
on.
don't even know what
So this ties back
I'm
to
not
USA.
listening to this.
Okay, so that's exactly what we're talking about. That was in relation to you.
It shut everything down. I'm sorry.
On 128, it was a blanket waiver was given. Okay,
That this will produce 14 million additional deaths by
Sam,
2030.
let's go through that. Can we do that? Can I address your two studies?
Sure.
Okay, so number one,
Well, that's
you've
not
got
a study.
two.
This one's not a study.
They're modeling.
This one is direct reporting. No, by PBS on the ground in Uganda. In
That 14
April
million
of
people have died?
2026.
The 14
No. That people were dying in Uganda because of the destruction of USAID.
All right,
Okay.
it's
Well,
starting
I'm
to
gonna
work.
start with your first study.
No one's
so you
watching.
claim
Come on, people, watch, please.
numerous times
We
that
got all the set
600,000
made up.
people
We got
have
the full
died.
no buffer strip.
It shut everything down. I'm
share
sorry.
screen.
On 128,
Look at Sam Seder's tearing her to bits.
it
Damn,
was
Cedar's the
a
best part
blanket
of
waiver was given.
Moral
Okay,
Majority,
That
but
this
also
will
that
produce
lady.
14 million additional deaths by
Sam,
2030.
Nobody at church.
okay. So you're saying Iran never violated the JCPOA? Never.
I don't know if they never violated, but they certainly didn't increase their uranium productions. I'm sure on some level there were probably specific technicalities they
130
violated.
metric tons in 2016 of heavy water stockpile that I guess you used to enrich uranium. Advanced centrifuge development in 2016, 2017. Systemic deliberate breaches of the deal in 2019 and
Deal was torn up in
2021.
2016,
Seeding enrichment
17.
purity caps, JCPOA, strictly limited uranium enrichment to 3.67.
She's taught her stats
And they
are all
enriched to
after the
20%
deal was
in 2019,
ripped up by
no,
Trump.
2018. What do you mean it's happened under Trump? This has been happening. It's been happening. I don't want them to have a nuclear weapon. I don't. So it's okay. So you're saying Iran? Okay. So
I'm a control.
Where is it going? Where is it? Any more of it? Nope. All right, I don't want to get copyright strike, but
It shut everything down. I'm sorry.
on
The
120.
Lancet.
Okay, so that's exactly what we're talking about. Okay, how long is the time? If you're going to say Trump is a president of war, I don't actually agree with you. I don't think so.
I'm talking about Iran.
Okay, let's talk about Iran.
We attacked Iran.
We did not attack Russia. Sure. Understand, you're comparing providing defensive weapons.
all right, let's go back to it. One last clip because he really gets this here. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come back. Watch this. Let's watch this short again.
Far.
Let's watch the whole thing and it starts again.
What do you mean we don't know
I don't
how
think
it's
we
going
know.
to turn out?
Okay,
we
so-
already know
You all got to go to Act Blue.
right now
I don't agree with you.
that we have killed thousands of civilians. We have expended
With thousands of civilians, we've killed thousands of Iranian civilians on the street.
we've killed thousands of Iranians. Yes.
Civilians or the IRGC.
Talking about
Okay, how long is the time frame?
they're talking about
If you're going to say Trump is a president of war, I don't actually agree with you. I don't think so.
I'm talking about Iran.
Okay, let's talk about Iran.
We attacked Iran. We did. We did not attack Russia.
True.
You understand? You're comparing providing defensive weaponry to Ukraine
is this a-
to
okay, so is
literally
this-
bombing another country.
My feeling on Iran right now is that we don't really know how it's going to turn out. So far,
What do you mean we don't know
I don't
how
think
it's
we
going
know.
to turn out?
Okay,
We
so-
already know right now.
I don't agree with you.
That we have killed thousands of civilians. We have expended
With thousands of civilians, we've killed thousands of Iranian civilians on the street.
We've killed thousands of
All right, I'm gonna
Iranians.
stop
Yes.
sharing with the
Civilians
YouTube there. All right, we're back to me. Okay, the Orioles record. The Orioles of today are (24-30). That's not good. So now what we're going to do is, before we go, we are going to promote some of our own shorts. These are our shorts, nobody else's, so we can show them. In case you missed them. Let's start with this one.
Live from the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Hold on. We're going to do all our own. These are all ours.
Mike Swan, the Panther of the East.
Yes, right? And it's buffering again.
And Duca, Panther of the Stars.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And I will walk 500 miles, and I will walk 500 girls.
Go check it out.
Let me play among the stars. In other words, hold my hand.
These guys are good.
In other words, baby, kiss me. Oh, heart, yeah, encore.
The Mike Swan, the Panther of the
Let's
East.
go to the next one. Scary. If you're not watching this, you're missing the best channel on the internet. All you MAGA people.
What you all doing? Waiting for the bus? We're just hanging out.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Got a problem with that? All right, Jersey boy, out of the car.
Yeah, let's get him.
Hey, what the hell? Get off of me! This is what you get!
Stop, please.
That's your problem. Instead of the police, you should have called the police.
We are the best, the traveling crew. Call us if you want cat food in your new beef stew.
Now!
There's a place you can go. I'll say to young man, when you're short on your dough,
So look, see, this is short footage of
and I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at fun. Why can't see it? It's fun to stay at fun. Why can't see it?
Yeah. Watch it. Yeah, you got it down. Ball run. This guy's got his ball run. Now let's go to another one. That's pretty damn cool. I watch this now. People run. These are wild people. Look at that. Yeah. You all should watch this channel. You want to enjoy yourself. Rah rah. Look at how bad this is. Never get this one. Why? That is the end of the show now. We were going to have a segment by another. Yes, that won't be happening now. Well, what do you think of my hair? Okay, everybody, comment below. We like haters. Haters are the best because if you hate, that means you care. So go in and give your cruel comments to us. You can say anything. You can say that it's the most awful show ever. And you might be right, but it's the best show ever, so you're wrong. Anyway, that's about all we're going to do for the day. Wait, there's somebody on. Hey, person on. How you doing? You liking the show? Comment. Put on the comments. We'll show your comment right on screen. Now you're gone. Oh, well. All right, everybody. Like and subscribe. We're ending the stream now. F MAGA. Keep up the faith. Keep fighting. Don't get into this lull like Democrats do where they think, oh, everything's going great. Because this is these quiet times are when the Republicans catch up to us. It happened in the last election in 2024. After the Democratic convention, there was that quiet time of nothing, no events going on, and it seemed to be like a creeping return to the Republicans doing better. Plus, they had all the money, but that's another story. Anyway, F MAGA, and that's all for today. And we will be having another show soon, and we will work out the kinks. Trump term ends in 970 days. They can't stop the clock on that. Even they can't now. It's a little too late. I feel confident in saying that. I don't feel confident in anything else. I only feel confident in saying it because they kind of stopped saying it. All right, everybody. Have a great Baltimore night, and we will be back with more shows. Thank you, everybody. Like and subscribe, share, put on notification. Tell all your friends if you have friends. If you don't have any friends, then you should like us all the more. All right, everybody. All right. Good night, or good morning, good day, good evening.
Big Rooster.